social relief of distress grant is being reinstated. The President did make mention of this announcement last night. It will be extended until next year, March, that's 2022. And the grant of 350 Rand will also be extended to unemployed caregivers who currently receive the child support grants. President Cyril Ramaphosa says that an improvement in revenue collection will be used, of course, to fund this relief. But more than 16 billion Rand was paid to approximately 6.5 million recipients of the special grant, and that's before it expired back in January. So let's get some more reaction and have this conversation and take it even further with Hoodah Abrahams-Fayker, the National Advocacy Manager from Black Sash, who joins us now this morning. Thank you so much for your time, Hoodah, and good morning to you. Your reaction to the President's announcement last night that the social relief grant, that's 350 Rand, will be reinstated and back until next year, March.
Good morning. Yes, we are very pleased with the announcement, especially with the fact that caregivers are entitled to also receive this grant, especially because 95% of caregivers are women and they were unfairly discriminated against by not being eligible for the grant before. So this is indeed significant, but we are disappointed that the amount is still 350 Rand, as Black Sash has been advocating for the grant to be increased to at least 585 Rand, being the food poverty line. So we look forward to how the grant will be implemented and are pleased that obviously that it's until March 2022, but we will still continue to advocate for there to be permanent social assistance for the unemployed between 18 and 59 years as we work towards a universal basic income grant.
Yeah. Hoodah, are you confident in in how the 350 Rand will be administered? It seems there are concerns from other groups that, you know, the post office hasn't been doing quite an effective job in administering the 350 Rand. We've also seen at times reports coming in that some people have not received the 350, or maybe some have been overpaid, including, you know, some officials receiving perhaps even that 350 Rand. Where's your confidence right now in terms of the administration of these funds?
Look, there are challenges, like you correctly pointed out. I mean, there are still processing appeals at this stage, even though the appeal process was already closed in May. And now with the reinstatement of the grant, we would hope that the administrative process would obviously be addressed, but it is a challenge, and therefore it is important that the communication strategy of SASSA be accelerated so beneficiaries know where to go, how to apply, and be kept informed of what is happening when they apply for the grant. The fact that the application process is only online does pose a challenge for people, especially in rural areas, to be able to access the grant, given that this grant is for unemployed who are already struggling to make ends meet and now need to have tools to be able to access the grant online.
And with that being said, we know that the reinstation is until March 2022. You also mentioned when we had a conversation at the beginning of our conversation that obviously the funds will assist those who are, you know, previously disadvantaged, those who are poor caregivers, even though you would have appreciated the amount being increased. But do you think the timelines in terms of March 22nd being, you know, the end cut-off time is sufficient, especially with where we are economically in our country and so many millions being affected?
Look, definitely not. The lag of the pandemic will be felt for a long time to come. So economic recovery will be slow in the context of creating jobs, and that must be complemented by the constitutional obligation of the government to be able to provide support for those who cannot afford to maintain themselves. So definitely not, and that is why we've indicated that the work is getting more in terms of Black Sash advocating for permanent social assistance for the unemployed in the context, and hope that the transition until March 22 will give them the time to ensure that there is a framework with a budget for unemployed to be able to get social assistance.
And from your organization's perspective, is relief in terms of just financial assistance enough? Is there more that you think government needs to consider beyond, you know, just the grant as a means of providing relief to South Africans?
Well, in terms of economic recovery, it must be complemented by job creation, but also looking at a comprehensive social security system where all social services are able to be provided. And we know that there are challenges in terms of health, in terms of education, just food, etc. So that is one of the aspects to provide social assistance as we work to a comprehensive social security and social protection.
Well, we leave it there. Thank you so much, Hoodah Abrahams-Fayker, for joining us from Black Sash. Thank you for your time.